Right, before we get into those top stories, here's our question of the day today. And we want to know what your thoughts are on the ANC saying that they will be assisting former President Jacob Zuma with his legal fees. You'll have known that this week that the court said that he's liable in his personal capacity, but now he has to pay those fees. At SA Today is _ SABC is our Twitter handle, so please send us your thoughts. Done it already. Now, the Transport Minister, Bladen Nzimande, has launched the Road Safety Awareness and Education campaign in Park Station, Johannesburg. Nzimande was accompanied by Gauteng Transport MEC Ismail Vardi, Senekal President Philip Taibosh, leadership of the RTMC and Law Enforcement Agency. The campaign seeks to help reduce the number of road fatalities this season. Nzimande has been engaging with commuters.
We are going to be tightening the laws so that repeat offenders, for instance, will take their driver's licenses. And also we're going to be tougher on speeding and drunken driving, hoping that that will then help to contribute towards reaching our goal of really eliminating, hopefully, road crashes and fatalities. We're also increasing the recruitment of traffic officials. This year, for instance, we are taking 300 by the Road Traffic Management Corporation. I'm sure provinces are also taking some. Next year, just the Road Traffic Management Corporation is going to be taking more than double. 700 new traffic officials who are going to go to the colleges and be able to train. So that what we also now want to do differently is 24-hour visibility by law enforcement officers. Most of our road crashes and fatalities, they happen at night when there are no people, law enforcement officers on the road. We want to have a 24-hour service. We're in engagement with the trade unions and all other stakeholders in order to ensure that we do all that we can in order to minimize this problem of road crashes.
The year 2018 saw a new coalition government rising in the Nelson Mandela Bay after a DA-led coalition government was relegated to the opposition benches. On the 27th of August, the DA-led coalition, made up of Cope and the ACDP, were ousted through a motion of no confidence against former Mayor Athol Trollip, Speaker Jonathan Lawack and Chief Whip Werner Senekal. Well, a new coalition government made up of the ANC, UDM, AIC and the United Front, together with the EFF as a voting partner, was formed. Lerato Thipa takes a look back at the drama that unfolded during the year at Nelson Mandela Bay.
After several attempts of failed motions of no confidence against former Mayor Athol Trollip, the opposition parties were determined to topple the DA-led coalition. But in 2018, the opposition parties managed to remove him through one such motion tabled by the EFF. According to the EFF leader Julius Malema, the motion against Trollip was punishment to the DA for voting against the appropriation of land without compensation in Parliament. An instrumental figure in ensuring that Trollip be removed was former DA councillor Mbulelo Manyati. Manyati abstained during the voting to remove Speaker Jonathan Lawack, leaving the DA with 59 seats to the 60 of the opposition.
My choice. It is my choice. It is my choice. It is my choice to vote in favor of any motion, rather whether it's with DA or not. But I had decided that I am not going to vote in favor of the DA today.
After the removal of Speaker, the DA terminated Manyati's membership with immediate effect. Suspended City Manager Johan Metler, who was presiding over the meeting, declared a vacancy in the place of Manyati and left the meeting, a statement he later retracted. However, opposition parties continued the meeting and removed Trollip and Chief Werner Senekal in absentia. UDM's Mongameli Bobani and AIC's Chonono Buyeye were elected mayor and deputy mayor respectively. The DA headed to the court to challenge the legitimacy of the council meeting.
We are challenging the decorum of the meeting. We are challenging, as well as the decision made from the MEC. That is what we are challenging. We are challenging what actually transpired on that particular day. That was an illegal gathering that is not according to the Constitution, as well as the rules that is applicable to council.
Both Trollip and Bobani were each adamant they were the mayor of the Bay, but the judgment came back in favor of the newly formed coalition government.
It's a victory for Nelson Mandela residents. Nelson Mandela residents have been kept by the DA, in limbo. We knew that we had a very strong case. Nothing wrong happened on the 27th of August. Everything that we have done according to the books of law. So we knew that the DA didn't have any chances of success. They knew, in fact, that they didn't have a case.
But political analysts say the constant infighting within council could have a negative effect ahead of next year's highly contested elections.
Your opposition political parties will need to be strategic. The Nelson Mandela Bay municipality in particular has suffered a lot under defects in governance, under service delivery stagnation. So at some point in time, I think opposition parties will need to look at the broader political picture, noting that there is an election coming next year, and to what extent their behaviour within council might influence a vote or not a vote for the parties next year.
A week later, after the new coalition administration took office, City Manager Johan Medler was suspended for alleged misconduct. The municipality has had 3 acting municipal managers in just 2 months, 2 of them not finishing their 3 months acting term. It remains to be seen if the current one, Peter Nelson, will finish his term. The future of current Mayor Mongameli Bobani also remains shaky after already surviving a motion of no confidence only months after his appointment. Lerato Thipa, SABC News, Port Elizabeth.